Hey guys, Stipe here with a list of the greatest cars that rarely anyone buys. Let's go. The second generation Audi TT is a great sports car, no question about it. It's built with the precision of a watchmaker. It looks good thanks to the Bauhaus design, and in the top spec, it can blow past some supercars too. But what about the low end? The front-wheel drive only 160 horses, 1.8 model. First of all, front-wheel drive in a sports car is a wrong-wheel drive. And second of all, a 1.8 is slower than the diesel version. Clearly anyone buying such TT just wants a stylish coupe that won't cost too much, and I don't judge them. However, if that's the case, then why not buy this, the Peugeot RCZ? Look at this. It's even cheaper, and it looks a lot more interesting, especially with that Zagato-style double-bubble roof. Not that the rest of it is anything less than a showstopper either. So if you want to buy a cheap head-turner, the RCZ is the clear winner. Allegedly it also drives better, but that's less important. Okay, I've avoided the elephant in the room for long enough, so let's talk about it. Reliability, easily the worst thing about owning a car from France. But good news, because the RCZ is actually from Austria, just like Adolf. Thank you. Anyway, this Frenchie is built in the Magna Steyr factory, along with the Mercedes SLS, G-Wagon and Aston Rapide. This means it is built by the same skilled workers with the same quality control. Honestly, it's good. So why didn't anyone buy the Peugeot? Because too many people care about the badge. Moving on with the sports saloons, which are generally a German specialty. They've got the M3, the M5, M8, a whole lot of AMG Mercs, the Audi 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, all very fast and very well known. But remember that time when Jaguar pissed all over them to show the dominance? I'm talking about the 2019 XESE Project 8, a car that didn't care much about its rivals, and instead went after the 911 GT3. I'm not making this up. That was their benchmark. Think of a Porsche GT3, but with 4 doors. Yeah, and 4 seats, and you're there. Now the normal procedure of making a fast 4-door is to give it some fatter tires, a turbocharged engine, and an angrier face. But to chase after the Porsche, you need to do a lot more than just that. And so, the Project 8 is 75% different from the car that it's based on. The track is wider. The engine bay was re-engineered to fit a monstrous 600 horsepower 5-liter supercharged V8, and the all-new body panels are made of carbon and aluminum, and I do mean new. Check this out, see how the rear arch bulge is seeping into the back door? And now look what BMW did. Seriously? All these changes, all the extra effort, it costs around $190,000, which is probably the reason why they managed to sell less than 250 cars out of the planned 300. But hey, they did make one very special car in the process, a 4-door GT3 of sorts, which, as you might imagine, is faster than any other 4-door around the track. Speaking of expensive cars, Paganis, well, actually these things are more art than something that you drive, and in that category, rarely anything comes close. But one car did, and it's called the Tomaso P72 too. Now here's something important that you need to know about art. It's not always pretty. The regular old Huayra with its ugly gaping mouth is a perfect example, and the new Utopia isn't what I'd call good-looking either. But the Tomaso, my oh my. The P72 takes a clear inspiration from the 1960s, which was the period of automotive history that produced many of the most beautiful cars ever made. Look at all the curves. It's so bosomy that it could probably make millions on OnlyFans. I also adore it for prioritizing looks over performance. There's no crazy wings or movable aero parts that break up the lines, just purity, elegance, and gorgeous details. The same continues under the skin too. There's no need to make the engine bay pretty, but they did it anyway. Check out these intake tubes, the gold plating and bronze suspension. It's just mua. The interior is nothing short of incredible either. No screens or ambient lights, just the most gorgeous carved metals that you've ever seen contrasted by these simple shapes wrapped in leather. Even the door handles are a thing of beauty. Compared to Utopia, it looks miles better inside and out, but everyone still talks about Pagani. Anyway, the Grand Tourer's a blend of luxury, power, and style. However, as amazing as they all have one big drawback. Grand Tourers are by nature kind of show-offy. A Bentley, for example, is borderline kitsch with all of its chrome details. Mercedes went so far as to put Swarovski crystals in their headlights, and the Aston Martin just screams, "Look at me, I'm a secret agent." Sure buddy, whatever you say. So what if you don't want the attention? Well then the Polestar P1 is for you. Although it can be regarded as, quote, nothing but a two-door Volvo, I challenge you to find me a prettier car than this. I challenge you. Yeah, okay, that's on me, but still. And guess how much horsepower this Volvo has? It's 600. You still want to call it nothing but a two-door Volvo? Granted, in order to keep Greta happy, the power is now coming from a four-cylinder hybrid instead of some fire-breathing V12 or V8. But how's that for not causing a scene? More sense to drive around in a car that isn't as loud as a Latina woman? One last thing to add, the P1 is rare. There are more F40s in the world than these, but no one will know it. No one will know that you have something really special and expensive and that you're loaded, which is why most buyers have ignored it. Then there's a BMW 1401, or for the folks who know, the best hot hatchback ever. Sadly, most of the people these days care only about the numbers, which is why the headlines are full of A45 Mercs and Audi RS3s. These two have their power levels and the price tags dialed up so high that a new category had to be invented for them, the Uber hatchbacks. Now if you live in an empty runway plus your name starts with an M and ends with at Watson, such Uber hatches are for you. But for everyone else, the 1401 will be way more special and infinitely more fun, if only they could see past the numbers. The secret is this Beamer is the only hatchback with a rear-wheel drive. That means it goes and slides around like the best BMW in a long while, the M2. And that's no coincidence, the entire 2 Series is nothing but a 3-box version of the 1, which also means that the M2 is a 3-box version of the 140. Almost. The M2 has 25 horses more and a more aggressive body kit, but that's about it. Knowing this, are you still gonna say the A45 or an RS3 is better than a near M2? Get out of here. Next up, the Miata. Finding an alternative to this car, let alone a better one, is nigh on impossible today. No one else is making something so obsessively over-engineered, so well-priced, and so much fun to drive. But 10 years ago, Miata had a serious challenger. It's just that rarely anyone took it seriously. I'm talking about the Saturn Sky Opel GT. How can GM of all the others make a better roadster than the best one? Well, they just did. Any complaint you ever heard about the Miata was not an issue in the Saturn. You could fit in it, even if you were blessed with the growth hormone. The suspension wasn't so damn hard all of the time, and the speed was on an entirely new level. The Redline model in particular had almost 100 horses more than the most powerful Miata of the time. It was a genuinely fast car with well-sorted handling too. One particular owner said it's as good as his E46 M3, which is as high a praise as you can give to any car. And how about those sexy lines? I bet that if you sit Adriana Lima in it, no one will even notice her because all eyes will be on the car. Of course, the Miata scores some points too. It has a more practical trunk, the reliability is better, and the roof is easier to operate. But wouldn't you rather have something different? Now, before I reveal my number 1, here are some honorable mentions. See if you can guess them. And finally, let's talk about the 4th-gen Toyota Supra. Although undeniably great, many guys who were too young to be even allowed to drive will tell you that this is still the best car ever made. Yeah bro, I've got a tuned Supra in Forza Horizon and it tears Bugatti's ass. I also had sex with your mother, loser. First of all, hand slap. And second of all, the only reason why the Supra got so famous, well, other than being featured in a ridiculous movie franchise, is the tuning potential of its 2JZ engine. There are many examples with over 1,000 horses, some of which are still with stock internals. So how come nobody gives a damn about this Lexus SC300 then? It's a luxurious brother of the Supra, and it too has the same 2JZ. Needless to say, with mods, a Lexus can tear some ass too. See? And I'll leave you with this. When new, the luxurious SC300 cost quite a bit more than the Toyota's sports car. But since then, the tables have turned, dramatically, which earned the Lexus brother with a new nickname, a poor man's Supra. I'll just call it the best alternative car you could ever buy.